Welcome to The Artist Matters. I'm Alex Rudy, and each week you will meet incredible artists from all walks of life. Filmmakers, writers, actors, painters, musicians, and so many more, sharing their stories to motivate and inspire the creative in you. Whether you're doing it for fun or looking to make a living, this show will help you on your journey to bring out the artist within and letting the world know that your art matters. Hi everyone, it's Alex back with another episode of The Artist Matters. Hope everyone's enjoying this Labor Day. And I, like many others, am enjoying an anti-Labor Day today. Yes, I have the day off. And I am enjoying it. I do have a day job. The podcast hasn't made me enough money to not do that, but hey, it's okay. It's my investor, as I've heard on other shows. That's a good way to use your day job as an investor for your future endeavors. But I hope your Labor Day is doing well, and there's no hurricanes or storms coming your way. Hopefully September will bring us some more exciting things, and we'll see where it goes from there. I'll keep you all posted what's new and exciting. And, of course, it's time for another episode with another great guest. A first. She is my first art therapist, which I'm very excited in having. I've always wanted an art therapist to get that point of view, and you hear a lot about that from her. And also, she's my first fiber artist. What is that exactly? Well, you'll find out from our guest today, hailing from Michigan. It's Kelly Darke, with an E at the end. And Kelly is a native Michigander, and she has always been interested in the fiber arts, which include things like embroidery and crocheting and knitting. She did get a Bachelor of Fine Arts in 1996 from Wayne State University in Michigan. She spent most of her time doing oil painting and making jewelry. She even dabbled in some photography, but was always drawn to the fiber arts. And after a few years, she got her master's degree in education for art therapy in 2009. And that's where she really focused on the fiber art. But, as she will explain about the process of being an art therapist and working with clients, she'll tell you how she gives them several choices of arts. As maybe sometimes the client will have an art in mind, or maybe they're just not sure, and she'll give them a variety from writing to painting to drawing to fiber arts. And you can check it out at the Mindful Arts Center. We'll talk about more on that later. Kelly will also go about how she does fiber arts herself on her own time, whether it is knitting, crocheting, any of those, whichever she's in the mood to, whatever strikes her. That's how she just starts putting pieces together, even fabric and even clothing. They all fall under that category. It's very fascinating, and I got a lot from a fellow Michigander. It was really good to talk with her, as you'll see. So, without further ado, let's get into this. And here is my chat with Kelly Darke. We have Kelly Darke. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me on.
Yes, thanks for being on. Very excited to hear more about your creative talents. And there's a lot of firsts with Kelly, but you'll hear. Yes, she'll be, as you will hear. Where were you born?
Where was I born? Michigan.
She's
born
in
Michigan. Yes, I've lived here my whole life, actually.
I lived in Ypsi when I was a young lad.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's not too far from me, but I'm in Westland, actually closer to Livonia, about 20 minutes outside of Detroit.
Yep, we're kind of just right in the thumb is there, kids. We're kind of like right at the base between the thumb and the crook of the hand there.
Yeah.
What were your earliest creative memories and interests?
Earliest creative memories. I used to take my mom's floral wire. I don't know, that green wire you would use to like make a floral arrangement. She did all kinds of creative things, so I would take her things and I made little sculptures with them, made little people with those, and I used to always take fabric that I could find. I remember cutting up a dress of my mom's, and I don't remember what I made out of it. I don't know if I made a bag or something, or maybe I made something to wear. She was not happy that I cut it up because it was a really pretty dress. But I think it was like a maternity dress, and she wasn't happy. I'm like, you were never going to wear it again. It's totally okay. But I used to take old clothes and fabric and make clothes for myself. And I remember I don't know if it was like 5th grade, and I went to a Catholic school, so we always had a uniform. And there were certain days we would have a free dress day, so we could wear whatever we want, within reason. And so I made myself a skirt, but I had no idea how to do a waistband. So I just like tied ribbon. I tied something around the waist to hold them on. And wore that to school. Like, this is totally normal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So those are some of my earliest memories. My mom also used to sew our clothes. So we always had things, we always had materials to work with.
So it was destiny, maybe, that you would get into the fiber.
Yeah.
Mom was creative. Anybody else in the family creative in the arts?
Yes, for sure. My mom, so very creative. She also did a lot of interior design. My older sister went to school for interior design. And my youngest brother, so I'm one of 5, and I'm right in the middle. So my youngest brother is also an artist. He did watercolor, so he went to Western Michigan University, got a degree in, I think, his Bachelor's of Fine Arts in watercolor, then went on to law school, so that's enough. All 3 of my brothers are lawyers.
Wow.
Yeah. But he's very creative, so he does all kinds of paintings, and he's right now working on a children's book based on like the fables. So that's what he's doing right now, illustration for that. So pretty creative family. Yeah. I
guess family was encouraging of you in your arts,
yes.
Your artistic endeavors. Sounds good.
Yeah. Parents were very supportive and would get me materials. They would get me, magazines, things to help me learn things. And they also let me go to art school. So I guess that's pretty supportive.
Yeah. Absolutely. So was this at Wayne State University?
Yes and no. Before I went to Wayne State, I went to Parsons School of Design in New York. And I did not like New York at all. I think that's when I first realized like how much of an introvert I am, that I really like to be alone. I like quiet places. I do not like the noise, and I don't like so many people. So it was a little overwhelming with that in New York, and I really didn't like it. So I came back home and then went to Wayne State. So I did get my Bachelor of Fine Arts at Wayne State University.
And how was their program?
I liked it a lot, actually. It was really great. It was interesting because when I was in high school, Wayne State was never mentioned as a school that was a good school to go to. Like, it was never even brought up. Like, it was not one of our options, sort of, which kind of bummed me out because when I did get there, I enjoyed it a lot. I loved the fact that there was such a variety of ages and a huge scope of different types of people, like in all my classes, which made it very interesting. It wasn't just everybody was the same age and same interest. So it was, I enjoyed it a lot. It was a really great experience.
Now, Was the fiber art part of the curriculum?
No. Well, okay. So it's interesting because it wasn't necessarily part of what I initially went into. So I went to Wayne State planning to get a degree or study photography. Black and white photography is what I wanted to do at the time. And black and white in the dark room, manipulating the images that way. When I got to school, Wayne State had been redoing their whole photography program. So they didn't have the building available. A lot of the classes weren't offered. So it's like, all right, I'll take painting because I also like painting. That would be kind of cool. Then I had another space open for an art class. So I tried a metals class, which was awesome. So metals, making jewelry, fire, hammers, all the machines. It was really pretty cool. And during that class, I started using like fiber techniques. I was weaving different things into the metal components. Like I'd make a ring and weave some wire through it somehow. Then I started crocheting metal wire. So sterling silver wire that is like the diameter of thread. Wow. And I would crochet it into bracelets and things. I made like not a whole dress. I made a dress, but the whole top portion of it was sterling silver with garnet beads and things in it. It was pretty cool. And still wasn't really, so that was like fiber techniques, right? I'd never crocheted with string. I just started with the wire. So I didn't really know how to crochet. I just knew like the one stitch. And then I took a paper making class, but didn't really influence my fiber art. It was after my Bachelor's of Fine Arts, because I graduated in 96. I had majored in painting and metals. Then I went to work in a gallery that I thought would be really cool, and it's just retail. This is not as great as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. It's just sales. So I went back to school. I was considering going back for like a Master's of Fine Arts or something else, and then somebody had told me about the program for art therapy. So then that is where I started doing more fiber art. And I'm not sure, I kind of know that, I do know when that started, I guess. Now I'm, fumbling with what I'm saying. Trying to remember the timeline of things.
It's a while ago, I know. I too graduated from college in 96, so yeah.
You what? You did?
Yeah.
Nice.
A Bachelor of Fine Arts and Communication Arts. Ooh.
Excellent. So, let's see. I went back to, I learned how to knit sometime during that time. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't. No, I tried to, but I didn't yet. So, okay, I went to grad school for art therapy.
In Wayne?
At Wayne State University, yes. And actually, Wayne State is the only school in Michigan that is certified for an art therapy program, which I think is kind of interesting.
And what was it about art therapy? What was it that drew you?
It's something. So I'd always made art. Since I can remember, that was always the thing that I would do, and it's what made me feel better and feel good. If I wasn't making art, I felt like something was missing. So I knew it was always the thing. And when I was younger, didn't really connect that it was a therapy. It was just, that's what I did and what I had to do. Like, it's just what I gravitated to my whole life. And I think about it in terms of like, everybody has a thing, right? Everybody has something that is like a personal therapy that they like to do. And I think of my dad as a golfer, like he golfed.